We think that the country should be the convenient, and we use the experience of the best mobile application for state services. It was easy to reach a lot of people with all new services that we launched for the war. The number of IT specialists in Ukraine is really huge. In a few years, we will really be a huge IT hub.
Hello and welcome to Ukraine in Flames, a special project by Ukraine Media Center and Euro-Atlantic Course NGO. My name is Mstyslav, and today we'll talk about how digitalization helps Ukrainians survive amid Russia's full-scale invasion and how Ukraine defeats Russia on the digital battlefield. If you want to know more, please subscribe to our channel to stay tuned. Introduction of transecting technology not only gives a powerful impact for a robust economy, but also makes life amid war easier. Ukraine's emphasis on digital innovation was shaping the country's long before Putin's full-scale invasion on February 24th. In 2021, Ukraine became the first country in the world to give digital passports the same legal status as physical passports for domestic use. Ukraine was the fourth European country to introduce digital driving licenses and also developed the world's fastest online business registration service. Ukraine has created a platform that combines a mobile application with access to citizens' digital documents and a single portal of public services for the population and business called DIA. Efforts to promote greater digitalization continue despite today's wartime conditions. This is recognized as important for the war effort and is also seen as an essential ingredient for Ukraine's post-war recovery. With the beginning of Russia's full-scale invasion, Ukraine launched new digital products and services. In particular, a brand new identity document was launched, eDocument. It is a temporary document for the period of war, which contains passport data and personal tax number. So if you lost your passport because of the hostilities, you can use the eDocument in the application right in your cell phone. Digital services have been launched to support those in the combat zone, allowing them to apply online for their financial assistance. Likewise, the DIA mobile application allows anyone to financially support Ukrainian military via a few clicks. ePidtrimka, a financial assistant in the amount of 6,500 hryvnia for entrepreneurs and officially employed citizens in conflict zones was provided, so you did not need to go to some administrative centers or banks or whatever. You just applied for this assistance via the application and get the money. The government also launched DIA TV and DIA Radio. It's Ukrainian TV in the DIA application in case the regular radio stations do not work due to hostilities. We've talked to Mstyslav Banik, Director of eServices Development Department, about how digitalization helps ordinary Ukrainians to survive amid Russia's full-fledged invasion.
During this war, Ukrainian people use DIA application a lot. And from the 27th of February, we as a Ministry of Digital Transformation, we started working on absolutely new, unexpected services for our citizens. So we've launched the special digital document for crossing border to European country for that people who lost their documents or left their homes. We launched the TV and radio for people who cannot receive any broadcast, any streaming from Ukrainian TV channels on the occupied territories after the missiles attacked our TV and radio infrastructure. And of course, Ukrainian people can apply for their application forms and to report about the destroyed houses, destroyed destroyed buildings, and of course some social assistance for Ukrainian people who lose possibility to work, who live on the war territories, and who live on the occupied territory. So a lot of services we launched, and we have a great coverage of unique users of the application. So for before the war, we had 17.5 million of unique Ukrainians who used the mobile application. So it was easy to reach a lot of people with all new services that we've launched for the war.
Ukrainians can use the country's digital platforms to report news of Russian military deployments and their localities, and can submit digital reports detailing property damage. For example, one Ukrainian businessman informed Ukrainian armed forces of the coordinates of his own house in Kyiv region, so that our armed forces could strike their artillery that Russian occupiers had placed right in his yard. Sometimes ordinary Ukrainians manage the functions of the intelligence, and state digital platform helps them in this matter. So ordinary Ukrainians photograph and videotape Russian troops in Ukraine and their equipment, and send the footage to the special platform eVorokh, which verifies the files and sends the information to the corresponding law enforcers. Over 300,000 Ukrainians have used eVorokh service and helped the armed forces to identify the hostile forces. Why digital and IT sectors are subjected to such a remarkable development in Ukraine? We've asked Mr. Banik about it.
There's no any examples even in another countries of such an experience, but really we share this experience for another countries for now, and we describe how it works, because this Telegram bot for reports about Russian forces, it's the great example when not just about the intelligence, but when modern technologies used for the war, the civil technologies, because a lot of businesses use the Telegram bots, but Ukraine was the first country who started using this for the war aims. If to be honest, Ukrainian digital infrastructure and ecosystem, different ecosystems that exist in Ukraine, is really great, and on a lot of positions we are leading country in the world, if to be honest, because a lot of European countries made their steps into digitalization in different spheres 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and that time that was another kind of technologies, and for now Ukraine used the all modern technologies, and we are the first country in state services who uses the mobile application in such a huge scale, and this is a great experience. And of course, if to speak about the IT sphere in Ukraine, so Ukrainian IT sector is really huge, and sometimes it's compatible with the hugest countries on this as United States or Asian countries or etc. And a lot of Ukrainian businesses growing fast in the IT sphere. So as it seems for me, in any spheres we are really greatly growing country, and if to speak about the state digital services, we are number one, and as more we communicate about this with our partners from another countries, we more sure about it.
Many international observers are encountering Ukraine for the first time and are learning that in addition to their remarkable resilience, Ukrainians are also extremely innovative with high levels of digital literacy. We've asked Mr. Banik to compare Ukraine's IT capabilities and digital infrastructure to other world countries.
If to speak about state services, it's a really simple answer for it, because for previous 10, 20, 30 years, or in the ending of the USSR, digitalization wasn't the focus of state, because we had a lot of another problems, and we skipped all the steps that our partners in other countries done. So, and since Volodymyr Zelensky became a president and Mikhail Fedorov became a vice prime minister and the minister of digital transformation of Ukraine, we started working on it. So we use the experience of another countries. We use the experience of businesses. It's a really necessary thing because a lot of state services usually think that. No any competition on the market, and anybody everybody will choose your service, a state service, because no any ways to, for example, to reach any public service. But we think that the country should be the convenient, and we use the experience of the best mobile application for state services. So this why we use this experience. We skipped steps that it's not already modern, and we work as a business. And if to speak about the IT sector in general in Ukraine, so it's simple. For a lot of years, Ukrainian developers and Ukrainian teams worked on the European, American countries and worked on the best mobile application. And some, for example, Riddle, some specialists or Makpo, some companies from Ukraine who for many years were registered abroad. They're Ukrainian companies, and this is the huge companies that we have. And just for now, we all feel that we are patriots, and these companies register now in Ukraine. So this is some bravery of Ukrainian IT sector, and the number of IT specialists in Ukraine is really huge. So it seems that in a few years we will really be a huge IT hub for all the countries. And of course, thanks for DSCT, one of the projects of the Ministry of Digital Transformation of Ukraine. It's a special tax system with a really loyal taxes and loyal legislation for IT companies, and we launched it just in 2 weeks before war. And for now, we have more than 300 residents of the city. So this is a great point of that Ukraine is really reliable on this and attractive for IT.
You've been watching a special project by Ukraine Media Center and Euro-Atlantic course dedicated to Russia-Ukraine war, Ukraine in Flames. In description, there is information how personally you can help Ukraine against Russian aggression. If you find our job useful, please like and share this video, and everything is gonna be Ukraine.